Welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. So Chad Ochocinco actually trolled the media. It was recently announced that his ex-fiancée Sharelle has now have her own podcast, which is now under the Club Shay Shay Media, which is what you guys know as Nightcap, which is a show that Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco have, where they discuss sports every night. And there's also Club Shay Shay, where we know the infamous interview with Cat Williams, where Shannon Sharpe interviews different celebrities. Well, Chad Ochocinco trolled the media and made it seem like he was actually not aware that her podcast would be under Club Shay Shay Media, and that he wanted to quit Nightcap just because of the podcast being launched. And now he's surrounded by his ex-fiancée in a business type of world type of thing. But it came out, it was just Chad joking around. He was aware of it. But this whole situation, it proves that they're gonna get back together. If you guys didn't know, Chad Ochocinco and Sharelle, they were engaged for actually 2 years. They actually have a kid together, and they broken up because she caught him cheating with multiple women. I actually have a link in the description to the New York Post, where she actually did an interview where she talked about the breakup with Chad. So I will read a couple things from it. So it starts off by: the Selling Tampa alumni confirmed their split in a since-deleted post on X, which stated the former NFL wideout is a free man nearly 2 years after getting engaged in January 2023. Pause. So they got engaged in January 2023, and they recently broke up, which was back around December, either December or November, most likely December of 2024. Nearly 2 years. Think about that for a second. Engaged for 2 years. These are grown adults. Chad, yes, he might be cheap. He's a multimillionaire, and you guys have been engaged. You guys have a kid together. Y'all living together. When he has those shows, Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe, you can see her pop up. He'll make comments about her being asleep in the other room. So you guys are shacking together, playing husband and wife, but y'all been engaged for over 2 years. He's a multi-millionaire. He can easily go to the courthouse. He can easily have a small family wedding. That is a red flag. Engaged for 2 years, that's too long. Maybe for regular everyday people, you have to be engaged for 2 years. You guys are saving up your money, trying to save up money to be able to have the wedding and also have a place to stay afterward. That makes sense. But Chad Ochocinco and Sharelle, who are in her own limelight, she's making money. She was on the show Selling Tampa, and she's been building her own brand as far as social media, becoming an influencer, and also selling houses. So she has a little bread, maybe not as much as Chad, but 2 years, that's way too long. So she also mentioned that when we were together, there was some going on. I found out about it, texting other women, Actually, guys, she actually did a video interview, so you can actually go watch the video interview that she did on a podcast where she went into details about the whole entire breakup. Here's the thing. Are we really surprised by this? Chad Ochocinco has multiple kids. And when I say multiple kids, he has 8 kids, all right? Including the one with Sharelle. The man's been around the block. Before he got he left the NFL. He had a X-rated tape that leaked. He also got cut by the Dolphins for headbutting Sharelle Rosado, who was on Basketball Wives at the time. This man's been in drama with women, so he's not the most clean-cut, square type of guy. Multiple kids, that should be a red flag itself that, hey, this guy, he's been involved with a lot of women. He might not be able to control himself. And you know what they say about those athletes. So who is surprised, especially Chad? One thing about Chad, you have to respect the fact that he was able to build a brand for himself, build a name for himself. He's still popular in his own right. People still know about him, even though he hasn't played football in over 10 years. So Chad, he's still in shape. He still gets attention from other women. He has a show, Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe, which is very popular. He also is on TV too as an analyst, a sports analyst. So Chad, he's doing his thing, and he's still making money, and he's also cheap too. So he saved up a lot of money that he made throughout the NFL. So this is not a guy that's gonna go broke. So of course, a lot of women will throw away their standards when a guy is considered a high value man. Yeah, he got multiple kids, but he's a multi-millionaire. He's in shape. He's a funny dude. People love him. People love his personality. It's not such a shocker to find out that he was entertaining other women. And the thing is, she's not a saint herself. It was known that she actually cheated on her ex-husband to be with Chad Ochocinco. Yes, she cheated on her ex-husband to be with Chad. So this lady is not a saint herself. It's so bad she even said it out of her own mouth that her ex-husband doesn't want to even talk to her when it comes to the whole co-parenting because of how bad she hurt him. So this lady, she has a dollar sign. She is about the bag too. So why are you acting shocked that Chad is actually entertaining other women? I mean, that is called karma for what you did to your ex-husband. And she also went on to say in the interview, I was like, F this ish. Do you know who I am? Pause right there. Do you know who I am? Girl, do you know who Chad Ochocinco is? Do you know who Chad Ochocinco? Yes, Chad is a funny guy, but he's still an NFL legend. He's one of the greats. He was one of the great wide receivers. He's really good. He made a lot of money. He's still in shape. He's still popular. He's still in the limelight. Do you know who he is? Can't act shocked like that. It's not like Chad had the history of being the greatest saint type of guy. He's been always out there. So she also talked about, yes, I went through the phone and that's how I find out, adding she found women everywhere on his device. She also said they're gonna throw themselves at him because of who he is. She said Chad is a fine man. He is very good looking and he's showing out, and he's showing out now because he is in the jam. Anyways, guys, you can read more about this article by looking at the link in the description. But the reality is, clearly, like I mentioned, Sharelle herself, her podcast is now under Club Shay Shay Media. She was also a reality TV star on Selling Champa. She's always posting on Instagram about Chad and just, being an influencer, which there's nothing wrong with it. But clearly, guys, she would pop up during nightcap and try to pop into the show to join the discussion. Clearly, she loves the spotlight, the attention that comes with being with Chad. She left her ex-husband, she cheated on him, so clearly she's about that bad. She wanted to upgrade. But one thing is, it's karma. Karma comes for both men and women. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how young you are, karma always comes back to spin the block. So she got exactly what she deserves for leaving her ex-husband and cheated on him to be with Chad. And also on top of that, you add the fact that she decided to sign her podcast under Club Shay Shay Media. Yes, they're broken up, but if you have such a hatred towards that man, you would want nothing to do with him. You would want to distance yourself. Even if Club Shay Shay is a good opportunity, you would have that hatred for Chad. And Chad still got the bag. He's still popular. He's still making moves. He's still in the limelight. He still provides the type of attention, spotlight that the average man cannot provide for her. She is clearly gonna go back with him, alright? She's gonna forgive him for cheating. She's gonna take him back. Right now, she's trying to play face value and pretend that, she's staying away from him and all of that there's bad blood between them. But there isn't bad blood. And on top of that, they have a kid together. And baby mamas, baby daddies, however you want to call it. When a man and woman have a kid together, there's a special bond that gets built. And especially for women, a lot of times we'll hear about women forgiving their baby daddies for cheating, taking them back. Even though he puts her through a lot of things, she still forgives him because she wants to have that family with him. Clearly, Sharelle is just buying time, but clearly all the signs point to the fact that she will eventually take him back for cheating, and they will work things out. Now, is Chad gonna ever stop cheating? The man's got 8 kids. He's known for being around the block, having all these different women. Chad Ochocinco, it's kind of hard to get it out of his system, especially he's 47 years old and he's still doing the same things. So I don't think Chad is ever gonna stop. But she's gonna turn the blind side because, hey, she's a businesswoman. It's a money move. She can continue to build her brand being with Chad more than without being with Chad, because without Chad, nobody cares about her. And if it wasn't for Chad, nobody would even know who she is. So clearly these two will end up getting back together. She's about that bag. This is why she cheated on her ex-husband. And to Sharelle, all of this is your karma for what you did, alright? You broke a bond. This was not just a boyfriend that you cheated on. This is your husband, the father of your kid. This is what you get. Karma. Karma comes for everybody. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. And with that being said, I am out.